Hello and welcome to today's video. On the 4th day of crafting week, we have done 1000 safety armors, and before I show you how we did, let's first talk a little bit about safety crafting. Safety crafts are a very nice way to get a lot of PDR, PDR being physical damage reduction, and that's kind of why they're referred to as the safety crafts. The main crafts that you're going to see used for safety crafting are helms, chests, shields, and weapons. Weapons mostly being used for safety bows, for people who do want the knockback and high ED possibilities. Safety crafting is one of those that gives a lot of ED to weapons, but since it has knockback, it's mostly only used for bows. So this is safety crafting. I'll show maybe a quick crafting for a helm and for a shield, since we're gonna do can I grab like a cheap helm here? 11k, that's fine. Who sells shields? I wonder. Maybe Anya? I don't think she sells shields. Oh, she does. Anything cheap? 17k? 70k is cheap. Alright, so let's do these two. I'm not going to do bows. Enough people have done safety crafting for bows. And let's just check for helmet. This is an if rune. And for a shield, it's a nef rune. So let's grab this and this. And 2 jewels. So... oh wait, I did it the wrong order. My bad. Okay, so safety, as you can see, guarantees this PDR on your craft, guarantees PDR on the shield as well. It's a nice way to get PDR. If you're playing early on, you're just leveling, and you struggle with a lot of physical damage, this is a great way to just get a little bit of PDR going. If you're doing declone speedruns or you're trying to SSF to declone, that's a great way to get yourself PDR. So yeah, safety crafting is really cool, really useful. The main use people have for safety crafting is, of course, the safety chests, safety armors. They're incredibly popular. Early in the season, you can do quite a lot of value selling those, since a safety armor can roll up to 20 PDR naturally, and 5 to 10 PDR from the craft. Meaning you can reach 30 PDR, which is just like a shaft stop, really high PDR ceiling. But you can also roll a lot of other useful additions like enhanced damage or resistances. Armors really are insane this season, and for people who haven't seen, like, we have, like, this is not something that I've crafted, it's actually something Casey crafted, but this is a great armor, just kind of to show how far you can go with a safety armor. You can see 28 PDR, 29 all res. It has a lot of enhanced damage, so yeah, it's like that's pretty much the ceiling of where you can get to, or like you can get a little bit higher, but this is close to the ceiling. And with that said, let's see how we did on our 1000 safety armor crafts. Just to remind you, people sometimes craft a lot more than that and still don't get anything nearly as good. Just, you know, as a quick reminder. So we bought all sorts of armors. I like buying armors in Act 4 normally, just because I like the armors better. Some people buy armors based on how they look. Some people like them based on their strength requirements. There are not better armors and worse armors to buy. It's all like a matter of preference, so don't worry about where I buy them. Just think about which armors you like more. As you can see, I just kind of like go in and out of games, buy a ton of armors, craft them, and look for the good ones to just kind of keep for myself, and try and slam them later. Out of 1000 armors, we decided to keep only 9. Now, to some of you that may sound terrible, but because it's so late in the seasons, the standards are a lot higher for what you actually want to save. So obviously that kind of changes. I think earlier in the season I would have kept a lot more of them. I've hit a lot of like 24 or higher PDR ones that I ended up not keeping because it seemed not too useful anymore to anyone. But for sure earlier in the season, a lot of them would have been very useful and would have definitely sold for a few higher runes. Yeah, let's skip a little bit through. And okay, now we finally got to the slamming session. I've decided to slam 9 armors total, and something that's important to remember is that you sometimes want to upgrade your armors to make sure that they can slam free sockets. Some armors you buy may only have a maximum of 2 sockets in their non-upgraded form, so you might want to upgrade them. And yeah, this is just something you want to keep in mind. Now remember, safety armors are not necessarily just for physical damage dealers with like enhanced damage, physical damage reduction kind of combinations. You can also have caster armors for safety crafting, with getting like plus skills, getting FCR, getting LPK or MPK on them. So there's a lot of different combinations for sure for safety armors. It's very diverse, and basically every class could kind of enjoy it, which is kind of what's cool about crafting armors. You can really end up with something for any class. So I kind of like that. Yeah, that was kind of like the slam session. It was obviously just 9 armors overall. And I'll show like these final 3, I guess, in the game, because I do have them still. So let's go ahead and show them over here. We have this rune shell, 1 to druid, 10 FCR, it has 17 PDR, it's slam PDR and 26 all resistances. Pretty cool armor. Got 2 sockets on the puzzle piece, which is very, very nice. I personally thought it was pretty cool. I think both for like people playing fire druid or cold druid, it's really, really nice. They don't necessarily need a ton of FCR. Gives you a lot of res, gives you all PDR, gives you that +1 all skills, kind of like a Viper Magi with PDR, but a little bit less res, a little bit less FCR, which I don't necessarily think you need. So really, really cool armor. I thought it was really, really nice. We have here the blood coat. This is a physical damage. You see 138 enhanced damage. We have 24 PDR, 1 to druid skills, and 2 sockets. Really, really nice for druid shifters, for doing Lucion, for doing declone, just for playing around. It's really, really good. So that's like a really, really nice armor. Again, 2 sockets. This time the slam was 2 sockets. Sadly, I wish it would have been free. Honestly, it's kind of painful. If this was free sockets, it would have been incredible, but this still, both of these can sell for quite a few high runes. And here you have an armor that I was super hopeful for. You can see that the slam is cold resistances, which is actually not that good of a slam. It's pretty bad slam, but the base armor had 91 life, 30 PDR, 29 all res, pretty much like a unique style of shaft stop with like all this flat life, 28 strength, 30 PDR, 29 all res. So it could have been like a better shaft stop. Now it's like a 2 socket shaft stop with pretty much like 29 all res. So kind of like a all res slam shaft stop with you know, with 2 sockets. I still think this is really, really good. I believe this is worth like above like 5 high runes or so. So I've been really happy with these results, and overall I'd say the value of these free armors is higher than the value of the materials, which is always nice to hear. You always want to know that you're kind of like gaining value, or like it's important for me that people will learn what they can get value from. I think earlier in the season this would have been even more valuable, like you'd be able to make more currency out of this safety crafting. We ended up breaking, I think, 3 or 4 of the armors that we slammed as well, out of 9, so I guess not the luckiest, but it is what it is. So overall, this was our crafting session for safety armors. Remember that crafting safety shields, safety helms, and safety weapons is also a viable choice. Definitely safety bows are very, very popular. If you hit very high ED, people swarm on these things. For sure, weapons are always like a good market to get involved in when you're crafting. And yeah, that's pretty much our crafting session for safety crafting. The next day, we're actually not going to do a crafting session. We're going to do a reroll session. Topazes, they're not bad for crafting necessarily, but we decided we wanted to do one necro head reroll session just to show a little bit more diverse content for the material crafting week. So with that said, I hope this video was useful to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you around on the next video or in the next stream. And on the next video, we'll be re-rolling about, what is it, 200 or so necro heads hopefully that'll be really fun. Maybe we find something really cool, and if not, we'll have a nice experience, I guess. So till the next time, have a good whatever you're having, and bye.